Hello, hello, hello. It is Gloria, Gigi the Crochet Queen. The one. All right. Phone is off. So this is how far I have gotten for those. Since there is no one on, I will show front and back panels are done. And that is what the back looks like. It's a nice length. So now it's time to work on the bottom portion. Give it a border. Perfect. I got one that was in purple. No. Let me see. Which one will get to purple first? Looks like this one. So when you come in, give me a thumbs up and let me know where you are, what you're working on. How's the weather in your area? It was a hot day today in South Florida. So now I'm going to be doing single crochets across the bottom of the cardigan. Yeah, I'll go here. Forget it. Decisions. Nobody wants to join me tonight. Oh, single crochets, do single crochets. Single crochet, single crochet, single crochets. Hi, Marshall. Thank you for joining me. How are you tonight? Hope you did a thumbs up when you came in. Are you working on anything? I am doing well. I'm working on finishing up my cardigan. I finally got the body of it done, so now I'm working on the bottom border. And it turned out pretty, pretty, pretty. If you didn't see my video from Friday, I went to Ollie's, my first time going there. And of course, I bought yarn. I couldn't resist. It was $1.99 a skein for Red Heart with Love metallic, and I love the Red Heart Love metallic. So I bought some more. Now I have to stay away from the stores. Oh, Lost in Time shawl. That sounds familiar. Is that one of Bag O' Day's crochet? Bag O' Day crochet? Uh, it sounds familiar. I'm going to be working on, when I finish this shawl, I did a graph can for my great niece, and let me tell you, she has tore it up. So my niece wants me to see if I can fix it, but doesn't look like it's gonna get fixable. Oh, you're gonna go to see if you're out. Where are you located? The Ollie's that I went to is about 45 minutes away from where I live. So I started going down one side, and once I came across the yarn, I grabbed the yarn. I had already picked up a 12-quart pot, and so then I saw the yarn after I found the pot, because of course, I did not get a cart because I was like, I'm not going to buy anything. I'm just coming to look. But when I saw that red heart for $1.99, I was like, okay. They saw me coming. They saw me coming. I couldn't resist. So I picked up a lot of it. Then I went around to the other side. The other side was a bit messy. It had a lot of the bulky yarns, and I don't need another bulky yarn, because I have plenty of bulky yarn now that I don't do anything with. But now that I have learned the waistcoat stitch, I think I might make some baskets with that bulky yarn that I have, because I don't have any other, can't think of anything else to do with that bulky yarn. Oh, you're in West Virginia. They probably have it. So it's from the designer that does sunshine patterns. Okay. The only problem I have with the bulky yarn is that it wears my fingers out, because I have to use a big crochet hook, and I don't particularly like working with large crochet hooks. I think that's one of the reasons why I steer clear of it. I made an owl basket from Little John's yarn. It was one of her patterns. It's so funny. One of my friends, she saw the owl basket somewhere, saw a pattern for it, and it was a paid pattern. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to buy the pattern. I said, because this is not something I'm going to do on a regular basis, so I'm not going to buy it. Hey Dana, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining me. I hope you did a thumbs up when you came in, but I'm sure you did, because you know the role, girl. Um, so Little John's Yarn had the owl basket, so I did make the owl basket, but I made it for myself. And I used 4-ply weight yarn, but she has this little trick on how to make your 4-ply yarn into bulky yarn. But I think if I do that pattern again, I'll probably do it with bulky yarn, because then it might sit up a little bit better than it does with the 4-ply yarn. But it was fun to do. Always trying to find something new to learn. So Dana, I finished the body of the cardigan. So now I'm working to put a border on the bottom of it. Then I can go around the front of it. And I'm debating if I want to do a collar, because I actually want to do a collar that folds down. Not one of those triangular ones. I want one that just like, think if I just make, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. I am going to figure it out. Oh yeah, you say it's hard on you, hard on the hands. Yeah, that's why I don't. And I have like my, is it an L hook? I have the lion, Susan Bates. I think it's an L hook, but it's the heavy one. And when it drops, it sounds like a big old clang. That is like the best one to use, but it doesn't have a nice point to it. It's more squared. I don't know. I just don't like that hook. And I don't really like working with, actually, I love Clover's hooks up into the J hook, and then they change them. Then they become more plastic, which I don't know why they don't keep it like it is for the smaller hooks. But one thing I did do, I didn't want to do it, but I finally ordered one inline furls hook, one, and or streamline. I think they call it streamline. Um, but it was in purple, so I got the eye hook. It was $22. I still think that's a bit much for one hook, but I said I'll try it out. So I'm excited. I can't wait for it to get here. There goes my phone trying to listen in on my conversation. So I hope you ladies entered to win my giveaway. I'm going to do the giveaway on my live next Saturday. That'll be my 1 year anniversary on YouTube. So I'm going to do the live then. So I am excited to be able to do that. I'm excited that I got to this 1 year milestone. And I finally got to 1,000 subscribers. That's my other milestone. So let me see. Hey, Jeanette, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining me. How's the weather in Chi-Town? I think you left my live last week, but I was talking about the Daisy Farms gingham pattern, her new gingham pattern using the herringbone stitch. I don't know if you were still on, but I said I was going to use that because I had saw your headbands, and I said, oh, I can use that same pattern to do a headband similar to yours. So that's one of the patterns that I'm working on. And of course I had to put it to the side because I got hooked on doing this cardigan. I don't even know how I got to this cardigan. Oh, I think because my friend sent me a picture of the cardigan that I made for her. And I was like, oh, I just love hers because it's bright yellows and oranges. And it was done with the um, Super Saver ombres stripes. And then I saw these colors and I was like, oh, I must do one for myself. So I have other ones, but I wanted something that was bold. And if I put it on, you couldn't miss me. nowhere. No matter where I go, you couldn't miss me. So that is how I got hooked on doing this cardigan. But I made much, much progress. Let me show you. Nobody was on when I held it up the first time. And I made it longer. So that is it. And then that is the back of it. And it's pretty long. So I wanted it longer. I like long things that have an air to them. So I'm excited to finally get it finished. I hope I get it finished soon. Well, I'll definitely be finished because once I get the borders done, and then I can just put the sleeves on. And while I'm thinking about that, I can be thinking about how I'm going to do the collar. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Dana and Jeanette. Yeah, I think this is going to be my favorite for a while till I decide to do something else. Then I'm going to make some baby hats too. Might do some cute ones since Easter is right around the corner. Maybe make some baby hats. Now that I bought all that yarn, I'm going to make some baby hats with the little bear ears on them. I'm going to make some of those. Because as I said, we should be having a big baby boom soon since we've been on lockdown. So all the newborns are being born. Should have been a big baby boom like in December. We'll see. I just talked to one of my friends. Her niece is pregnant with her second, but her first child is 7. So she waited a little while before she got pregnant with her second. Another gift from God. Oh, thank you, Marcel. Am I saying no? Marshall. Yes. I love long cardigans and long. I made a boho vest, and I made it long, but I made it way too long because I would have to wear high heels so it doesn't drag on the floor. And since I don't wear high heels anymore, I've been looking at it saying, I can't even remember. I'm going to have to go look at the pattern to remember how I ended the pattern so I can figure out where I can unravel it to make it shorter. Because I like it, but I don't like it quite that long, and it's too long. Oh, come on. So what else has been going on with everybody? I just caught up on some news today. So I've been busy trying to work and running errands and stuff. I really haven't had time to catch up on any crazy news. But I saw the sweetest story. A lady in Texas, they had that bad winter storm, and she went into labor early, 24 weeks. And her baby weighed 1.5 pounds. And of course, she was not in a specialty hospital. And a doctor and one of his nurses drove the 2 hours. I don't know where they drove from. I can't remember where they drove from, but they drove to the hospital with the special equipment because they were losing electricity. They said their power was going in and out. So the doctor and the nurse drove there and with the special equipment and it held the baby. The baby was there for 30 hours before they can get a air flight to fly the baby to another hospital. But she's still alive. She made it so far. But tiny. Her mom finally got to hold her, so that was really sweet. I said, I tell you, the miracle of life. 1 pound, 5 ounces. That is one little itty bitty thing. She is definitely a blessing. She wanted to be a blessing to her mommy and daddy. Are you working on a new pattern? Okay, what new pattern are you working on now? You're just working on a pattern. You do patterns all the time. You're working on patterns, and I'm still trying to work on a cardigan. That pattern writing is some hard work. You have to write it, you have to do it. But that is definitely in my to-do box. Try to write more patterns. Just have to have the time. And that is what I don't have. Time is not my friend. I'll be working again. They're doing, of course, I took Friday off, had a nice Friday off. Thought I would get on and work some today, try to make up from whoever covered for me while I was off that didn't do. And I had to run errands this morning, and I bought that pot from Ollie's, and it's a big pot. So I went over because my dad, he loves to grow vegetables, so he has huge cabbages and collard greens all growing, turnip greens. So I picked up some more cabbage and turnip greens. So my new pot is getting a workout. So I cut up half of those greens and washed them all good and started cooking half of them. So now I got to cut up the rest of them and finish them out. So I'll have me a Sunday dinner. So of course, in the midst of trying to catch up on work, the IT department are doing maintenance. So I can't get half of anything done because the computer is not cooperating because they're doing maintenance. As they say, Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. So I'll just enjoy the rest of my evening and I'll get up in the morning and see if they're finished with doing their maintenance work. Yeah, Dana is on a roll. She got her 10K subscribers. I've been catching some of their lives. I can't stay up as long as they do. Whew. I don't know how you do it, girl. You must nap in between. And I was trying to figure out your membership thing, but I couldn't figure it out. You would start talking and you really talk fast. I know you really talk fast. And my old brain is like, what did she just say? Because of course I'm distracted because I'm crocheting. Then you'll say it and then I was like, what did she just say? Ah, But I'm very happy for you and Joe. You all are doing really, really well. And you're very, very giving. So when you give a lot, you get a lot in return. That's what it's always been true. As I always say, you have to give to get. Can't be selfish. Oh, this border is going to go fast. I thought about doing front post, back post, but I said, nope, I want everything flat. I don't want anything. I don't want any texture. I think I like that. Let me see. Oh, working on your pattern. Oh, Jeanette, you working on some more headbands? Girl, do you have any, what colors are you working on now? I've seen so many different colors. Are you doing the puncho? Okay. You have some testers that making you work. That's good. You got testers though. Oh, wish I'd known you had testers. But I'll see it when it comes out. I try to catch when what's her name? Alicia from Little John's Yarn, when she does new patterns. I seem to always catch it at the end. I see, and then I'll see that it's already closed. I'm like, okay. Then I'll message her and see if she still needs any testers. 9 times out of 10, she still can use testers because I usually she crochets tighter than me, so I usually don't even. Sometimes I don't even use the same hook that she does because I know I crochet looser. The last thing she did was the mittens, and I did them, but I put it on. The mittens were a little tight for my hands, and I think I have my hands are pretty. They're not the little petite hands, little ladies' hands. My hands are pretty big. My daughter hands are bigger than mine. So I said if I did it again, I'd use a bigger hook for my size, at least go up another hook size to make that. But when I work on this some more, then I have to go back to that heart blanket from my mom, figure out why I can't get past row 55. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If row 54 is right, row 55 should be right. But I must be miscounting somewhere because it's not coming out right. It's driving me crazy. Tell you. Oh, hey, Kelly, how are you tonight? Thank you for joining me. I hope you did a thumbs up when you came in. So you came over to my house, huh? I appreciate you coming over. I'm working on a cardigan if you haven't seen it. This was my project all week. This is where I've been focused at all week. So I worked on it every day this week I worked on it. And I finally got the body of it done. So now I'm working on the border. And then I'll be working on the sleeves either tomorrow or Monday. I'll be working on the sleeves. I think I want to do balloon sleeves. Puff them out. I'm glad you're here too. Glad you are here too. I think you hit a milestone too. Everybody's hitting milestones. That's a good thing. Good thing. We're all hitting milestones, trying to make it in this YouTube world. As Jeanette says, in these YouTube streets. Oh, I get such a chuckle out of the things that different YouTubers say. But I think that was the cutest thing in these YouTube streets. And then now I have a house. It's not just a channel, it's my house. So I'm stealing both of those from you. One from Jeanette and one from Dana. Or actually, I think Kelly was the first one who said she had to come to my house. Let me see. Hi, Brenda. How are you today? Thank you for joining me. I should say tonight because it's nighttime for me. Hope you did a thumbs up when you came in. How are you? How is everything in your neck of the woods? Are you working on anything? The gang's all here. She said hello to everybody. The gang's all here. Oh, this cardigan is making me hot now. It's sitting on my lap, making me hot. Plus, I'm drinking that coffee. That doesn't help. I've been drinking that cup of coffee for hours now because I've been working on this cardigan and sipping here and there. It's cold, but I'll still drink it for hours. It's the same cup of coffee. I don't usually like to drink quite this late, but I'll be up late anyway, so it'll offset it. I'll be up watching that show. What's that show called? Oh my goodness, I can't even think of it. It comes on late at night. Comes on after the news. Can't believe I can't remember the name of it. But it's when they do all those obstacle courses. Why can't I think of the name of it? I watch it every single Saturday. Oh, Central Florida, hot and sticky. Yep, I'm in South Florida, hot and sticky with you. Oh my goodness, granny squares. So are you going to put them all together? That is my nemesis. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, I can't stand. I love looking at blankets and stuff, or even I've seen people do the cardigans with the multiple granny squares, but I just don't have the patience to. Even the little sewing I have to do for this, I just don't have the patience. But I think I'm going to do. I think I really want to do a granny square cardigan with multiple different granny squares, not just the same old. Just go through my 500 stitch book and find all the different granny squares that they have in there, and then look at YouTube and see if they have anything different and make them in multiple colors and just put it all together, because that seems to be a big theme. I've seen crocheters do that. Because I think it came from some probably Hollywood person had on a jacket. Because when I saw one person that I follow that did it, and they put the person's name, I had no clue who they were talking about, because If I don't watch Wendy Williams, I don't know anything about anybody. I don't watch anything anymore. Oh, hi, Tina. Thank you for joining me. I look good in the glasses. Thank you. Oh, hey, Joe. How are you? Thanks for joining me. Oh, it's a year-long project. Ooh. So is it going to be a blanket? It's a year-long blanket project? I didn't, oof. And even if I don't buy, I have enough scrap yarn to make plenty of, I mean, we all as crocheters have scrap yarn out the yang yang. So I could just start with the scrap yarn and start making granny squares. I made a bunch of granny squares once, and they were little granny squares because I was going to do a baby blanket. And I kept doing them, and I kept doing. I had a pile of them, and I just kept moving them from place to place, place to place. And then one day I said, I'm never going to put this blanket together. So guess what? I ditched them. It took all of me to do it, but I knew I was never going to put them all together. And that was years ago, but I just knew I wouldn't do it. I think I would have to do two and put them together and keep going from there. Because if I just keep crocheting them and then just keep piling up, then I won't feel like I'm accomplishing anything because I'm just making a bunch of granny squares, but they're just sitting here. And what am I going to do with them now?
I'm having connection issues.
Really?
Please try again later.
I will not. That's my phone, always listening to what I'm saying. So that is what, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think that's going to be my next project, the granny square cardigan. And hopefully I'll have it finished by winter. Because we won't have, I don't think, let me see, we're going into March. I don't think South Florida will have any more cold days. We might have some cool days, but we probably won't have any more cold days. We usually jump from the 70s to the 90s in a blink of an eye. So, and we're going into March now. So we'll see. Because like today, it was in the 80s. The day before, I think it was in the 70s. It was a little crisp in the air in the morning, but this morning, no crisp in the air. It was hot. Let me see. Oh, you're doing the blanket yarn? Mm-mm, no. Let me see. I'm going to show you what the border looks. I love it. I'm loving that the border is all, it might be just a jewel tone. So that's the border. I'm liking the border. I think I'm going to do five or seven rows. One of those odd numbers. Maybe seven. Because I'm already, let me see. Ooh, one, two. Okay, I'm on the third row now. A day off. A day off from what? Oh my goodness. I was watching, I'm always watching the Lion, what's her name? Siri? I'm terrible at names. You would think I'd be able to pronounce the lady's name. I watch her at 12 o'clock every day for this entire week. I've watched her every day. But she had a guy on there. His name is Vincent Williams of Vesuvio's Craft. And he has a purse. Oh my goodness, that purse is beautiful. He's a crocheter. He's like the third or fourth male crocheter that I've seen that's like, I didn't know anything about him. Gregory Stitch was the first, nope, I take that back. Mikey of Yarn Inspirations was the first man that I watched crocheting. I think Mikey, oh, I learned the interlock stitch from Mikey. So I used to watch Mikey all of the time. He used to do cruises, crochet cruises and stuff. But I learned that I did, I did placemats using the interlock stitch. That was, and I learned how to do the crocodile stitch from him. Mikey is, he's really good at teaching. And then when I saw Gregory Stitch and that peacock dress that he crocheted, whew, that thing was beautiful. And then I see this Vincent Williams. So they're like the big time crocheting men that I've come across. Oh, I'm wondering what I was looking at that I've written down something. But if you want to do a really pretty purse, that purse looks like looks Aztec to me, like the Native American kind of a pattern. That's what it looks like to me. My first glimpse of it. That's the way I saw it. As you all can see, I lost an earring. I don't know where my other earring is, but I refuse to take this one out. So I'm sitting here with one earring on because I lost the other one. Somewhere in my adventures of running errands today, I lost one of my earrings. So I'm going to have to make another one. I have to find, actually, I'm just going to have to, because I don't even know where this yellow yarn came from. But anyway, that's all right. Be something else to do. Let me see. All right, Kelly, you sound like you're having a real good night. Glad you came to hang out with me. My um adopted niece. She is my adopted niece. She called me auntie from a long time ago. So I am part of the family, Dana and Joe. Just want y'all to know. So Joe, tell me, how is your bowling going? I don't know anything about your handicaps and stuff like that. I just know how to roll the ball and hope that I can get a strike. I haven't gone bowling in years. Actually, I haven't gone bowling since my daughter was probably 8 or 9 years old, and she's 26 now. That's probably how long it's been since I've gone bowling. My nosy phone trying to listen in on me. That's right, Kelly. We're all family, all here to support one another. I certainly appreciate you all coming and listen to me babble. One, what's her name? Craft by the Rose. She sends me a message. She says, I don't know what your name is. I keep forgetting. So I sent her a message and said, Gloria. So I guess she says I don't say my name on my lives. So she's not in today. She has this cute little grandbaby that she has on her lives. I think it's a grandchild. He's like a little one. Those little babies, they just warm your heart. Just warm your heart. But I'm nowhere near ready to be anybody's grandmother. My daughter says she doesn't want to have children. But she might change her mind. Who knows? I said, now I'm at the age where I'll be really an official grandmother. I have all the grades to prove it. Every single last one of them, she contributed to all of them. I blame her for every gray hair I have. Ooh, row 3 is just about finished. Yep, I think I'm going to do 7 rows because 3 still looks small. 5 is not going to look anymore. I want to get to the purple. Oh, I might have to do more than that to get to the purple. So we're going to just say 7 rows for the border. Oh, you have a grandson. Oh, they so full of life. Your daughter said the same for 30 years. Let me see. Her grandbaby's name is Gigi. Okay. Let me see. Oh, that grandson must be full of energy. Those little 2-year-olds, they just keep you on your toes. They start learning those, nope, it's mine. Don't want to share. Oh my goodness. But that's all those great memories to have. Seeing them grow up. All of my friends, nieces that I remember when they were babies, now they're all grown and having their own babies, getting married. Oh my goodness. It's like, I remember when you were a baby. One of my friends, two of them, their daughters went to law school. One of them, to this day, her mom's like, I can't believe she became a lawyer. All she did was backtalk to me. Guess she was getting ready for law school. 3 new patterns today. I want to write 2 more and then work on something to wear to church. Woo, Dana, you are doing it, girl. You are whipping out the patterns. You're getting that residual income. That's what it's called. You go to sleep and you still get paid. That's my goal. Residual income. I want my yellow earring. So weird. I didn't even realize I had lost the earring until I got home. So who knows where I lost it. Let me see. What else can I tell you all? Nobody's talking to me. I watched I watch a lot of television because when you're a single woman and COVID is in the air, you stay home. So that's what I do. Watch TV and crochet and work. That is my life. I was watching about that Nexium group where these ladies were brainwashed to get branded by this crazy man, and some of them are still. He got sentenced to like 120 years in federal prison. So unless somebody pardons him, he's going to be there for the rest of his life, and he's probably in his 40s, maybe 50s. I don't know, but it's like there's still people that's saying, "Oh, he's great. He's our guru," or whatever they called him, the Vanguard. I was like, okay, y'all just have gone off on the deep end. What yarn am I using? Let me see. This is Super Saver Stripes, and it's polo. So it's the Super Saver Stripes. Red Heart Super Saver Stripes, and it's polo. Let me see. I always got me in these lights. Anyway, can't stand it. Anyway, it's polo. And you can see, it's like when you buy, I got these from QVC. So if I had gotten them myself, I would have made sure they matched because these don't match. So you'll get, your ends will be different, but I don't worry about it. I bought 2 jumbos from Walmart because when I went to look for it online, it kept saying that it was out. And I was like, I know it's not out. I think I've seen that yarn in there before. So when I went to Walmart and picked up a prescription and I went over to the yarn section, sure enough, it was there. So I bought 2 of those to get me started. And I had already ordered 6 of them from QVC. So I've gone through the one jumbo, and I've gone through one skein of that. I think 1 or 2. So it'll probably take 4 or 5 to finish it out. Thank you, Brenda. Let me see. Yeah, QVC is like Amazon. They want everybody's money. They have something for everybody. My parents sit and watch QVC and HSN, And my mom called me up, Gloria, can you get me this? Can you order me this? I said, stop watching that. And my daddy, he's the knick-knack, the gadget man. Oh my goodness. Everything he sees, he thinks he can use it. They have so many gadgets in the house, it's ridiculous. They're just sitting, collecting dust. He bought an air fryer that he probably used once. I used it once. I don't like them personally, but to each its own. And he bought a printer because he was watching the man talk about how much stuff you can use with the printer. I said, Daddy, you have to have a computer in order to use this printer. That part they didn't tell him. They just talking about the printer. He's got all kinds of gadgets. He had a turkey fryer. We used it, oh, I think only once. And a turkey fryer you have to use, well, you don't have to, but it's recommended that you use peanut oil. Peanut oil is not cheap, and you have to have a lot of it. So, but let me tell you, that fried turkey was delicious. First time I ever had fried turkey. So that was that adventure. Let me see. What else did he, gadgets he has in the house? But he's the gadget man, and my mom loves clothing. Clothing and jewelry is her thing. You saw the next one trying to do is a hot mess. Those poor ladies. He needs to be in jail for a long. Well, he got 120 years, so he's gone. He's never coming out. All right, so Dana is the crochet queen. Oh, you never had fried turkey? Yeah, but yeah, anything fried is good. You got that right. Because I'm not a big turkey fan, but I would have fried turkey anytime. I mean, it's nothing but a big bird fried, just like a chicken. So, but it's a bigger bird, and it takes a little bit longer because you're cooking the whole thing. But that was a fun thing for us to do. My sister was like, next year, I just want mine baked. I was like, oh, you're such a party pooper. But that was a good turkey that year. Nice and brown. And it was cooked all the way through. Just set it. I think it took like an hour. I think it was about an hour for it to fry. But that was fun. That was an experience. All right. Well, I'm going to go and finish out my cardigan and watch some more craziness on TV. And I thank you all for coming to join me today. And I hope you all have a good rest of your night and a great Sunday. And I will be on Monday, depending on what time my lunch break is. It'll either be an 11:30 lunch or 1:30 lunch. My regular lunch is 1:30, but sometimes when we get assigned to do other coverage, they change our lunch hour, which I can't stand because I hate early lunches. because it makes the day go so slow. It's like it's an eternity for that day to end. But anyway, I appreciate you all and have a good night. Love you too, Kelly. Love you all. You all are the best. I appreciate all of you. So if you haven't joined, oh, I forgot. If you haven't signed up for my giveaway, I hope you do. And I'll be on next Saturday to do my giveaway. So I'll do it on my live and I'll show because it's been a while. I'll show because I added some things to my box for my giveaway. So I want everybody to see whomever wins, what they'll actually be getting. But have a good night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Be safe. Keep crocheting. Bye-bye.